What's up, everybody? Welcome back to LBA Season 5, Week 3. Now, this time we're playing Eli in the California Carracostas, so if you saw my pregame video, you know what my team is, and I did make a couple changes in between then. I forgot that you had Halucha, which is a base 118 speed, and I want my Manectric outspeeding that, so I had to change my nature to Timid, and while I was at it, I just made it so it could outspeed an unevolved Alakazam, because it's only 2 base points higher than Halucha. And I also changed Superior out. Superior is Gastroacid for Ori Seed, so I can change the ability. And let's just go into the battle. So he's going to lead off with Diggersby, and I'm going to lead off with Talonflame. I know he's not going to be wanting to stay in because he's just going to get destroyed by a Brave Bird. So I'm definitely predicting him to switch, and I'm going to go ahead and fire off the U-turn. He's going to drop into Clefable, and had I gone for the Brave Bird, I could have just 2-hit KO'd this thing, which would have been cool, but I'm just going to U-turn off, and now my options were go into Gothitelle and trap this thing, which is probably what I should have done, or go into Manectric and get the Mega. I should have gone and just went for the trap with Gothitelle because this thing's very annoying. Now I'm just going to go ahead and Mega Volt, but he is going to predict my Volt Switch and go into his Diggersby, which was a very good play on his part. It was a really good read of me. If I went for the HP Ice, then I'd be really good, because then he'd be in range of Scarf Excadrill, which outspeeds this thing no matter what. Now I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, which is going to get blocked, but I do get the Intimidate off here, and I don't expect him to go for the Earthquake. He might go for Return, he might U-turn, but I knew he wasn't an Earthquake, so he's going to go for the U-turn, which is fine. I just went for the safe HP Ice. Had I gone for a Volt Switch, I would have been able to drop in my Gothitelle on this Clefable and gotten rid of it, which would have been cool, but, you know, hindsight and all that. So I'm just going to HP Ice. I was paranoid about... I was really paranoid that he was going to go back into Diggersby, so I just switched hard out. If I went for the Volt Switch, that would have been better, I think, but I'm just going to go into Reuniclus to see what he wants to do, and he is going to T-Wave. I thought he'd be packing T-Wave just because my team's really fast, and him slowing it down would be great for him, not for me. So Reuniclus is paralyzed, which is annoying, but it's not the worst thing in the world because, you know, Reuniclus is slow. Now he's going to switch out and go into his Walrose, the Fortress, and I'm just going to pull the double out into Gothitelle. I didn't really care what he went into. I didn't think he'd go into like Victini or Diggersby, but now this thing is trapped and I can fire off the Specs T-Bolt on it. It's a 2-hit KO easily, unless he's Spadef, but he is not, so that's a big hit off on him. And he's going to red card me out, and it's going to drop me into Excadrill. And what happened is we were playing through this originally, and we got DC'd, so what originally happened was I got red carded out into Reuniclus as he set up the Stealth Rock. So here I just said I'd switch into Reuniclus and just go for the Stealth Rock once again, just so, because we're retracing the battle through like turn 9, I think. So I'm just going to go into Reuniclus because that's what happened, and he's just going to Stealth Rock again. And now he's going to go for the Toxic Spike, which is definitely annoying. I want to spin that away because my Manectric and Superior are burdened. I get parried, which doesn't really matter because I was just going to Calm Mind, and then he's going to switch into Clefable. Why I say it doesn't matter is because he does have Unaware Clef, so the +1 Psyshock wouldn't have done anything different. If he wasn't Unaware Clef, I would have just won the game with Reuniclus, which is kind of cool, but this thing completely walls so much of my team. I can't do anything with Reuniclus, but I still need it around, because if I get rid of it, if I get rid of this Clef, then I can just win. But I'm going to go ahead and switch into Excadrill here, and he is going to set up the Wish, which I thought he was going to be Wish Protect, which you'll see later is something else happens about that, but I'm just going to try and Rapid Spin. I did not expect him to read my Rapid Spin, so I'm just going to Rapid Spin, but he stays in, and that means a Fire move's coming my way. He's going to go for the Fire Blast, and he misses, so that's really unfortunate for him. He's going to get all his health back, though, so I mean, if I Iron-Headed, I would have gotten rid of this Clefable, and then I could have just started setting up with Reuniclus and win, but that didn't happen, so I'm just going to drop into Gothitelle now, but he is going to pull the switch out, knowing that he can get a free drop into his Victini, expecting me to be Scarfed or not expecting me to EQ. So I have nothing to switch in on a Banded V create, which is what I assume this was, so I have to let Gothitelle go, which is lame, it sucks, but I have to do it because nothing else on my team wants to take that hit. So I have to let it go. I could have potentially just sacked something else to get Gothitelle back in there and get a big T-Bolt off on it, but it wouldn't have done enough, so, and I would have lost 2 mons. So I'm going to drop into Talonflame. I know he's going to switch out, but I just want to drop a Brave Bird on him because I want to see how much it can do, basically. And if he goes into his Suicune, I have switch-ins for it. Brave Bird barely misses the kill on Fortress, but there's no way he's going to keep it around with like 1 health. So I'm just going to Brave Bird again, and it's going to take out Fortress. If he did switch out, then I'd be getting free damage, which would be amazing, and then I could just sweep with Excadrill, but now Talonflame's blocking Brave Bird, so he can go into Suicune, which can easily take a Brave Bird itself, so I'm definitely not going to stay in because I do not want to take a Scald, and I have the perfect switch in for Suicune. Being my Reuniclus, I can chew up any hit, and if he starts Calm Minding, I'm going to start Calm Minding as well, and we can just have a Calm Mind war, but he's going to Scald, and that's not going to be doing crap to me. So now basically I was very, very close to going for the Acid Armor right here because I thought he might drop in his Diggersby or Victini, and what do you know, he drops in Victini and I get paralyzed, but I just went for the Psyshock, so it doesn't really matter. Had I gone for the Acid Armor, I could chew up any hit from this thing, even a Banded V create, and recover it off. So now I kind of just have to leave Reuniclus in. He is going to get the crit U-turn off, which is unfortunate, but I'm just going to recover up anyways. But if I get Parahaxed here as he drops in his Diggersby, then I'm just going to lose this Reuniclus and we'll be in a bad spot. But fortunately, that doesn't happen, so I'm going to be able to recover up, and Reuniclus will be well over half, almost near full, and now I'm just going to go for the Acid Armor so that I can just wall this thing out. He's going to go for the return. I know I can take 2 of these since he's Scarfed, and not very well though, but after lefties I should be able to take 2, but I'm able to get that Acid Armor off, so we are looking good. I'm gonna go for the recover. As long as I don't get parried, I should be fine, because he's gonna go ahead and drop into his Alakazam. And this thing is very, very scary, and it is Xeno from Hunter x Hunter, except it's a girl, so you better fix that, Eli. But I'm going to recover up, and I know I can take 1 Shadow Ball, and what I wanted to do was just get off some damage with Psyshock, because I figured I could recover up on Clefable. So he's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, and I want the Psyshock damage so that he's 100% in range of an EQ from Scarf Excadrill, because it's a roll if I can one-shot it, and he did say that he was invested in bulk. So he's going to go for the Shadow Ball, and I know I can take this kind of poorly. Crit. And that sucks. This definitely mattered. I get a crit later on, but I'm going to say my crit mattered more, or the crit that happened on me mattered more. So I'm going to go Talonflame, and I know he's going to switch out, so I'm just going to U-turn again. If he did stay in and killed me, then that would just be an amazing play, but he doesn't do that because he knows Alakazam can just clean up my team, and he doesn't want to risk it on a 50-50. So I can U-turn out, and the Suicune is very fat, but I do have my Superior, which can take it pretty well. I know he's gonna switch out, and if he doesn't, then he's probably going for Mirror Coat. He shows the lefties, so nothing on this team had a Shed Shell, which is kind of annoying, but I know he's gonna switch, so I get the free sub off, and now he's gonna drop into Victini. I'm pretty sure he's banded, but he might be Scarfed, so I'm just gonna be able to scout what item he is. I'm pretty positive he's choice locked, so I'm just gonna go for the Leaf Storm here. I could HP Rock, but wouldn't have done very much. And that's not doing anything, but I didn't expect it to because Superior is very weak. And now he's just going to U-turn, so it shows that at least he's not Scarfed. He is not a Scarf Victini, which is kind of good to know, kind of bad to know. If it was Scarf Victini, then I could wall it out with Reuniclus, but you know, Reuniclus is dead because Critics Machina. And now he's going to drop into his Clefable, and here's where I should have calced. I just assumed that Fire Blast would kill me, and it doesn't actually. So if I went for the Worry Seed and gotten rid of its Unaware, I would have gotten a ton of damage off or gotten a kill with this thing, which would have been huge. So he's going to go ahead and Fire Blast me, and I'm thinking he's Fire Blast, T-Wave, Wish Protect. So I'm going to go for the Brave Bird, but he stays in, so I'm thinking he's going to Para. It's a 2-hit KO with Brave Bird, and he has T-Bolt. He's got the Thunderbolt, and so that sucks. So down goes Talonflame, and my chances are getting slimmer and slimmer by the minute. And it's looking like we're going to be going 0-3, but we still have hope. We still have a little hope. It's basically riding on some rolls and stuff. So I'm going to go into Excadrill, and I'm just going to pull a double out, thinking that he'll go into Suicune, but he is going to make a really, really good read. And if I went for the Iron Head, this thing would have been gone, and I would have had Superior at very good health, but he's going to Fire Blast, and it's not going to kill me, as you can see. And here's where, if I just Worry Seeded him earlier, I would have gotten so much damage off on this thing. But, I don't know, could have been for the best, I'm not sure. But I'm going to Leaf Storm now, and I just want damage so he's in range of Excadrill's Earthquake. But I get the crit and knock him out, but I'm going to mute my Skype. So it takes him down, but now he can just revenge me with Alakazam. I would have much rather had him not crit my Reuniclus so I could get that Psyshock damage off than I crit his Clefable, because I could have just done some work with Excadrill. So down goes Superior, and now my only hope is Excadrill gets the high, just almost maximum roll Earthquake or a crit to knock him out. So I gotta hope for that high roll. If I don't, then I just lose unless he misses a Focus Blast. But I'm going to go for the EQ, and no kill. And he's going to land the Focus Blast, so that's it. All I have left is Mega Manectric, and it dies to a Psyshock, so I'm just going to forfeit. So we're 0-3, minus 12. We're just looking absolutely horrible. So I'm going to try and switch a lot of things up on my team if I can, and I'm just going to see if I can improve my team. I want to add some bulk because my team is, like, it's too frail. But anyways, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, that stuff. See ya.